Hello YouTubers, my name is Attila Mate from Blue Sky Photography, and today I would like to talk to you about a topic which I wanted to speak about a long time ago, but now I finally found the time to make this video because in my opinion this is really important. And that is how to judge your photos. Is your opinion important to your clients or not? Now, I have to tell you something over here. Whenever I make a video about lenses, and especially about Sigma lenses, many times photographers will argue that this lens is not good because it does not have character. Now, the last video I made about the Sigma art primes, that Sigma announced that they will actually release 9 primes in Sony E-mount lineup. And I said that in my opinion, the Sony E-mount, it will be much better with these art primes because these art primes are excellent. I use them, I like them, I simply love them. Art zooms and art primes either. Now, let me tell you something. This is my opinion and my experience. Now, I tried this many times with my clients, not only once or twice. So if you don't believe me, you can try yourself and then you will see that I'm right. Because many photographers photographers, honestly, I think they are not photographers. I think they are somebody in the armchair who likes to comment on YouTube. That's what I think. Because if you deal with people like I do with wedding and portrait, you will realize that I'm right. So let's see what I'm on to talk about. They say that this lens or that lens, Sigma Arts, let's say in this example, they don't have character. And that's why a Voigtlander lens or a Leica lens or a Zeiss lens is better, because those lenses have character and the photos, they look nice. Absolutely true, until now. But, there's a big but. They forget one of the most important thing over here. And that would be, you have to sell your photos. Photographer, if you are a professional photographer, you want to sell your photos. You want your clients to be satisfied, isn't it? If your clients are not satisfied, you are in trouble because they won't recommend you to anybody. So, let's say that you have a Voigtlander lens, or in my situation I have Zeiss lens. And let's say that my Zeiss lens is really a great lens and I really love that lens. It's an 85mm 1.4 planar, and I tell you something, that lens creates excellent images. You can see some in my videos in my channel. If you look up, I will post a card up here somewhere, so you can see what I'm talking about. But that lens is brilliant, very nice. But that lens is not as sharp as a Sigma Art Prime. Now, if I compare the Zeiss 85mm 1.4 with the Sigma Art 85mm 1.4, I guarantee you that the Sigma will be sharper. But in the same time, it does not have that much micro contrast, it does not have kind of the same color rendering and these kind of things. AKA, what they say about that the lens does not have character. So the character, it means more micro contrast, different color rendering, different bokeh, these kind of things. That's what they call it, character. Now, let me get to the point. I had a photo shoot not too long ago, and I had this family, and we were outside and we made some nice shots, and intentionally I used 2 lenses over there. I used the Sigma zoom, the 50-100 f1.8 zoom, and I used the Carl Zeiss 85mm 1.4 planar. When we got home, I put on the computer the photos, I edited the photos, I prepared for them, they ordered 20 photos, I prepared for them the 20 photos, and then I just asked them to come to my studio, and then just to choose, which one you want to get, because I made like 40 or 50 shots. So I told them, look, I let you choose whichever you want to choose, those 20 photos I will let you to choose. And what do you think, which photos they choose? The sharper one. And I asked them intentionally, what do you think about that? You don't want that one? And they said, no, this is much sharper. Yes, that was sharper. The other one had character. you forget one thing over here when you comment these kind of things, you know, and sometimes people make my brain to, you know, like, yes, you are a photographer, you know what is that. Your clients are not photographer, and I guarantee you that 90% of your clients will don't care about character. They will care about sharpness, to the image to be sharp and poppy, and that's what they care about. They don't care about character. And if you try to explain to them, you know, look, this is nicer, this is, oh no, I don't like that one, I like this one. Now you have two options over here. Option number one, you will let that photo, you know, and you will please your customer and you will give that photo to him, or you don't show, because once a photographer suggested me, well, don't show to them any comparison. Yes, well, if you don't show to them any comparison, then they will look at the photo and they will say, I don't know, it's okay. No, that's not good. But this way, I gave them what they wanted. And then they go and, man, I love this. And they will recommend to others. Now, you are absolutely right when you say that those lenses have characters, the Leica lenses. Tell me one question, and I told this guy as well. Why do you think that Zeiss is urging to get the sharpest lenses possible? Why they want to? If they care only about character, the old Zeiss lenses, they have character. So why they always urge to get sharper and sharper and sharper lenses? Why? And I told this many times. And again, here, probably many people will not understand and will not agree with me, but that doesn't really matter. But in my opinion, sharpness is something what you cannot really add in post. Now, if you want to add microcontrast, there are softwares where you can add microcontrast. As one is the DxO Photolab, second is Topaz. Even in Lightroom you can add, the name is not microcontrast, it's some different name, but you can add microcontrast kind of to your images. But DxO Photolab and Topaz, they have specially microcontrast and fine contrast, so you can add to your images. But sharpness is something that if you add in post-processing sharpness to your photos will, image quality will suffer. And I guarantee you that if you take a photo just make this test and you will see that I'm right. Take the same scenario with two lenses, one is very sharp and the other one not really sharp. And take the very sharp photo and put in Lightroom or whatever you want. And then take the other photo and put the same and put one near the other. And then the photo which is not as sharp, just zoom out to 200% and start to add sharpness. And you will see what I'm talking about. It is very easy to remove sharpness if you don't need it. But it's not easy to give sharpness. Now, as I said, the most important is that you work for clients, you work for people. You have to please people. And I tell you quickly another example. I had a studio portrait photo shoot. I did the photos with green screen because I like to do the studio shots with green screen because I can change the background whenever I want and whatever I want, you know, in the background. So it doesn't really matter what color I want, I will put over there. Now, it was also in the same time, it was a family photo shoot, but it was also baby in the photos. When I finished the shot, you know, I invited them again to see and to choose the background. What background do they want? Now, I did myself a few photos, you know, and then she said, the woman said, could you put something much more warmer, like orangey or something? And I was like, orange? And she said, yes, kind of orangey color. And I was like, are you absolutely sure you want that? Because, you know, in a portrait photo shoot, you don't really do that, you know. I mean, you are in a studio environment, you put a background like white or black or these kind of things, you know, but not orange. And she said, no, I like orange. I like that one, the orange one. I was like, okay, I'll do that, but don't tell to anyone I did that, you know. So I told her, look, I will do that, but don't tell to anyone that I did this photo, you know, because I honestly, I couldn't imagine myself, you know, placing an orange background, but that's what she wanted. Now, like I said, you have two options over here. One, you don't please your subject, you don't give him or her, you know, don't give her a choice. You just do whatever you do and that's it. But that means that she's not pleased. She will like the photo, but she's like, oh, I don't know, but this way, she loved it. So, in my opinion, yes, if you speak about photographers, it is good that your lens has a character. And I like Zeiss lenses, I like Voigtlander lenses, and I plan now to buy 2 Voigtlander lenses, but that doesn't mean that my clients will like. And I tell you something, when I shoot for my clients, I will use my Sigma lenses because they are sharper, they are poppier, the images. If I want to add micro contrast, I can. If I want to add fine contrast, I can. If I want to add color, I can. And again, sometimes photographers, they will say, oh yes, the bokeh is not the same because the bokeh is not really circular in the corners. And honestly, guys, now tell me something. If you are a portrait photographer or a wedding photographer, let me know how many times your clients even noticed those things, because they don't even notice. But like I said, probably many people will not agree with this, and they will be like, boo, but that's the truth. And if you don't believe me, and if you are a photographer, ask. If you are not a professional photographer, do the same test. Ask your friends, your friends. They will come in and show them the 2 photos. The one is with very sharp lens, the other one not really. And ask them which one they will choose. And I guarantee you that they don't care about character. And that is 90% of the people. The rest of the 10% probably they will. But 90% of the people, they don't have a clue about these things. That's it. So, I hope that this video was helpful to you guys. I hope that you liked it. I would like to hear your opinion. I would like to know, what do you think about this? I would like to know, please feel free and leave a comment down below. How would you deal? How would you do? What would you do? Would you give your customers a chance to choose or not really? What is your opinion about this? So, if you would like to support this channel, please feel free and give me a thumbs up and share my videos, and subscribe to my channel if you didn't until now. Please hit the little bell button near the subscribe button to get notified when I upload another video. And other than that, I wish you a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.
Town to town, from London to Taiwan, I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.